Gentleman yields for questions.
Yes, sir. I just want to correct my good friend Tony Tinderholt, he said that the first part is okay, but the fact is your amendment strikes the first part, right? Your amendment strikes line 8 through 13, isn't that right? Isn't that right?
I don't have it in front of me, but
You don't have your amendment in front of you?
I don't.
Can somebody give him a copy of his amendment?
Yeah, here you go.
Look at your amendment. You
Yeah,
see the first part where it says it strikes lines 8 through 13. You see that, right?
Yes.
Those are the lines that Mr. Tinderholt said are good, and you're striking them. You understand that?
Yes.
So you see, well, it's not good for you to strike them because Tony Tinderholt said those are good lines. You see that?
I see that. I appreciate you pointing that out.
It is a very imperfect amendment. And so, but let me just say this. So that, for that alone, with respect, we need to table your amendment, in my opinion. But what Captain Cortez is doing here is making sure that we look at the connections that we have right now, members, between Texas and Mexico to make sure everything is being done right, and that the impact on this state is not a negative impact, that whatever they're doing on the Mexican side is being done right, legally and right in a way that is not adversely affect us. But you're cutting that out with this amendment. You understand that?
I don't agree that that's the implications of this, because I think
it's plain language. Should I read it for you in my question? Let me read it to you. The impacts of existing interconnections of electric transmission service facilities in this state with electric transmission service facilities in the United Mexican States, so Texas and Mexico, including impacts on transmission and distribution network and retail customers in this state, Texas, and in the United Mexican States. Obviously, I'm more interested in the impact on us here in Texas, and that is covered. However, what Captain Cortez is trying to do here is make sure that not only the impact it's having on us, but who's controlling it on that side. And you're cutting that language out.
Well, Representative, I appreciate that that is your intention, and I appreciate you bringing that forward.
That's the intention of the bill.
But I also would respectfully suggest that this will open the door to future legislatures, future generations, and encouraging and basically taking it upon ourselves in this state to basically relinquish our sovereignty by connecting in Mexico.
This opens the door to peeling back the layers of the onion and finding out exactly what's going on right now in these connections between Texas and Mexico, and to make sure everything is being done right, being done legally, and that the people of Texas are not being misled or in some way being mistreated or cheated. That's what this does. That's what it opens the door to be able to look at that. That's what the author of the bill. That's why I joined author of the bill, because I'm on the border and I want to know if everything is being done right and legally. And with all due respect, what you're doing, the second part of your amendment, that's a bill. Do another bill. I know you don't like study bills, but it would be a study bill. It would be a study bill. But the first part of the bill, knocking it out, even Tony Tinderholt just told you, don't knock it out. So I love you, brother. We're both in the State Guard. I love you. You know, you beat a good friend of mine, Lynn Stuckey, but hey, you won. You won. You're here. You're the one that's here, right? But this is not the way to go. With all due respect, we need to find out. We need to make sure that we find out what is going on with these connections, interconnections, not covering them up. If something's being covered up, this bill will expose it.